not loading.
Wait.
Yeah. I hope now you can see the screen. Okay. Now everyone can see the screen, right? Okay, good. Oh. Okay, I just made it everything one particular one text file only. Okay, I made it one PDF also, where first what is Angular, or what are the things we discuss for Angular. Okay, what are the Angular features, and at the same time, after next, how to start your Angular, how to create your first application, and what are the different folder structures in the Angular, and then next, what is different component in the Angular. Okay, like this, we I just made it the whole structure, and this whole text file and the text file and the PDF file, both I will push it into the drive today. Okay, now let's start it here, sir. Let's start new one. Where we are. Okay, we are yesterday we discussed, sir, communications. We are in the communications. Yesterday we discussed the communication between. Yesterday we classroom, for Angular batch, we don't have any classroom, sir. This batch we are having so many members. Yeah, because we are having so many members, we are going with Google Drive. Okay, so for Pratik, we are using Google Drive. Ma. Now anyway, now see, yesterday what we discussed is, we just had a quick revision of whatever we discussed till yesterday, and after that we discussed parent to child communication. Like that means, if one component is inside and another component, then we will call uh, those components as parent and child in the notation. Now, how the parent component will communicate with the child component? We have seen it. We have seen it. Whenever the parent component, whenever inside the parent component, for example, inside the main component, inside a component main, if you are calling, if you are calling another component, imagine inside one component, if you are calling something app header, there is a component named app header. Yesterday we discussed this. If I call this particular component app header, sir, what I will do is, I will just go here, whatever the values I want to send it. For example, MSG equals to some value, I will send it. And this value will be received by the app header using the @input method. Now, when you write it @input with the brackets, automatically that this app header will receive this image, sir. Okay, now you can make it dynamic also. You can make it dynamic also. You can get it the value from an input box. You can get it the value in different ways. Okay, even I even made two-way data binding, and based on two-way data binding, I got the value also. Okay, for some people, if the value is if the volume is low, sir, please check it yourself. Like, is it low for everyone, or is it low for only one some people? For some people it's okay. Okay, so good. Now let's go, sir. Let's go and check it what we discussed yesterday. Okay. Now, now this is actually this is the one we did till now, till yesterday. Let's just quickly see each other here in the projects. Uh, okay, where we did, no, not in the projects. We did it inside the Angular. In the Angular, what we did in the Angular, uh, in projects, this is a work environment. Inside the Angular only we did this everything, sir. Okay. Now inside the Angular we have projects, sir. Inside this projects, yesterday we did communication per, input. I think we did communication INP. Now inside this, what we did, let's repeat it. Now if you see, main component is the app component, sir. App component have two things. One is app HTML and the app TS. And inside this app component, if you see here, you are having it. Uh, inside the app component, you are having the values like app header and app footer. So app header is one component, app footer is one component. These two components are inside the app component. So I'm 100. So what we can say, 100% we can say it. This app component is the parent component, and the app header and the app footer are the child components. Okay. So till now we are clear this children component and the parent component, and each children component. So whenever the children component get called in the parent component also pass some properties here. See, these are properties. So some properties I'm passing it. What is the property I'm passing? Message. But here this property message is having a property binding. Property binding means from the TypeScript, from the component file, we will get it to the template file. How you will get it, sir? Here message equals to inp. That means what is the message value here? Message value is here from inp value. Whatever the inp value here, you will get that value into this. Now what is inp value? Nothing, sir. Here empty. So initially it should be empty. Initially it should be empty. That is true. But I connected that INP with NG model here, sir. What is this NG model? NG model will make it two-way data binding. That means here one input box will be there. If I enter anything in that input box, automatically INP will change. Automatically, when INP in the back in the TypeScript changes, automatically app header INP also will changes. So app header will receive different message, and that different message will be taken. How the app header will receive it, sir? In the app header you will write at the rate input message equals to string. Sir, some people are asking this question, why did you put this not? Always your TypeScript will expect some kind of initialization. That means initial value. Whenever you declare any variable, here a message is also one variable only now, one value only now. It will expect what is the initial value. Sometimes I don't want to give any initial values. In that case, I will put the exclamation mark. Okay. Yeah. Now let's discuss next one, sir. After this, today we are going to discuss how the child component can interact to the parent component. This is interesting because parent component is calling the child. So because it is calling it, is passing it directly. But did the child component, inside the child component, did you ever write the parent component? No. Inside the child component, you will not write the parent component. But How the child component will give the values to the parent component, that is what we are going to discuss now. Okay, let's see. We have to pass the data to pass the data from to pass the data from child component child component to parent component. To pass the data from child component to parent component, we have three ways. We have three ways. First one, at the rate output. We have the first one, which is at the rate output, sir. Okay, to pass the data from the child component to the parent component, we have the three ways, sir. One is the first one, at the rate output. How this at the rate output will work? Focus on this. At the rate output is somewhat tricky, but actually it is so easy. Now, how this at the rate output will work? The at the rate output, the at the rate output allows you to, basically at the rate output will allow you to emit custom events. So at what we do, instead of directly sending the data, we can't directly send the data from the child to parent. What it will make, it will create one event. It will create one event which is called custom event. Okay, and where we will create from a child component, and this custom event will be triggered by the parent component. So it will create one custom event from child component to its parent component. You will understand it. We will read it one more time once we understand the thing how it will be done. Okay, it can be used for the user interactions actually. Okay, for example, see this one. If you go for some kind of Amazon or something, okay, if you go for some kind of Amazon or something, now now see, imagine this cart is parent component. Okay, now here I am going to one item, and if I click on any item, any value, any value, so the moment you did something in the child component, it is updating the parent component, isn't it? So whenever child component did some action, that action will resulted a change, or that action will be passed, okay, into the parent component. This kind of things will be useful for for user interactions. So how it again, yeah. Now this is useful. This is useful when user interactions happened in these things will useful when user interactions happen in child component to notify parent component. Notify parent component. So whenever in child component something happened, to make it notify in the parent component about those interactions, whatever the interactions happened in the child component, we will use this at the rate output, sir. So let's see how it will be done, which is very easy. Go here, sir. Now let's go here. Now let's go to terminal, sir. CD Angular. Now here let's type it ng generate application. So I'm creating another application, sir. Ng generate an application. Whenever you create an application name you will give it. I'm giving it communication CTP, which is child to parent. I'm thinking it. Okay. Now standalone equals to false. That's it. So it will create one application. Okay. So you should not put space here. Communication CTP. Now you want CSS, you want rendering, no. That's it. Now it will create automatically a simple one, sir. Let's clear the things. Now let's go to the Angular. Let's go to the projects. Let's see the communication, source, app. Now go here. So what is the main here? Main module will be there every time. You don't need to check it. Now after the module, you will have one component file, one template file. Only these two are matter to me. Okay. So I will write it here. Ng serve communication oh, C2P. Now it will serve automatically that particular application, sir. Okay. Serve means it will open it in 4200. See, it opened in 4200. Now I will open it. Okay. Now let's go to your code and delete all the things. This is a HTML file. Now let me delete everything. Let's put a div, and inside this div, let's put some h1. I am app component. Now, along with this, let's go here, sir. Again, one more time. I'm going into another terminal. Now, CD Angular. Now, here, create one component, sir. Ng generate component. How do you create components, sir? Ng generate component to some component name. I'm going with some component name. This time, I'm going with component name is child only. Child. Ng generate component child. And which project you are creating, this project equals to communication CTP. Now automatically it is created inside this thread. See? Now if I go here, inside the child component, sir, child component is also having HTML. Child component is also having one TypeScript file, right? Now inside this child component, you have something called child works. Will it come it on the screen, sir? Will this child work will come on the screen now? Will this child work comes on the screen? See? No, it's not coming. Why it is not coming, sir? Because we did not call. So let's go here and let me write it here. And what is the name? Always name will be similar, sir. App something. See, app child. App child. So I will go here. I will write it here. App child. So let's go here. Okay. Let's go here and check it. See, child works. Am app component. Child works. Right? Now, so app component is the parent component. Ma child works is a child component. Now I will even make it here. Style equals to border 1 pixel, solid black.
9కి ఇప్పుడు కాదు.